En este video leeré el comentario de una mujer de la India que vivió en los Estados Unidos y que actualmente vive en su país de origen. Ella relata las diferencias que encontró en cada país como mujer y como parte de una minoría en los Estados Unidos. Antes de empezar, voy a definir las palabras que están en color verde. Se llama Super Bowl a la final del campeonato del fútbol americano, que se realiza por lo general en los primeros días de febrero. La fecha es tan importante para los estadounidenses que las compañías compiten durante este evento para hacer los comerciales más originales. A Super Bowl commercial for an insurance company shows an Indian American woman, none other than author and actor Mindy Kaling, trying to hail a cab in New York City. And it's not easy. After years of being treated like she was invisible, it occurred to Mindy Kaling she might actually be invisible, the narrator says. Kaling then pretends she is invisible, doing all kinds of ridiculous things. She steals ice cream from a store, walks through a car wash, and stretches in a park naked. Voy a explicar primero las palabras que están en color verde. Teaser significa cebo, carnada, señuelo. Ad es una abreviación de advertisement, comercial o propaganda. Teaser ad es un pequeño comercial hecho con la intención de atraer la atención de algo más grande, como un show o una película. Watching the teaser ad, I wondered if there's more to the message than trying to sell insurance. Do minority women in America feel invisible? What about women in India? As an Indian woman who lived in the US for 11 years and now lives in India, I have had a taste of both worlds. In the US, I experienced my share of invisibility, and my minority women friends there tell me they've also experienced it. For me, one example was at work. Some colleagues were putting together a project highlighting the accomplishments of a group, but I wasn't included in the presentation, despite belonging to that work group. Then someone higher up, I'm not sure who, decided the project needed to show diversity in the workplace. And so I was eventually asked to participate. I was game, did my bit, and even teased my colleagues about making me the token minority. They responded with embarrassment and self-deprecating comments, and we merrily went back to working together. Still, it was hard not to notice the times where I was overlooked or my work underappreciated, and I'm not alone. This problem has been documented in studies, especially on African American women. Back here in India, I find myself aching for invisibility, not when hailing a cab though, like Kaling. That would be no good. But when I'm out and about in New Delhi, I wish I could go about my business unnoticed. That's because being visible comes with a certain risk of violence, especially in a city like New Delhi, often called the rape capital of India. Public spaces here often have different rules for men and women. Men outnumber women, and there are liberties a man can take that women still can't. For instance, a man can loiter. A woman can't, at least not without drawing stares from men and assumptions about the woman's character being loose. It's a guaranteed way to draw all the creeps in the vicinity. A man can go for a walk anywhere and at any time of the day. A woman can't. A man can walk out of the house wearing almost anything he wants. Indian men often wear shorts or even no shirt at all. Nobody raises an eyebrow. A woman doesn't have that freedom. Each time I step out of the house, I have to consider carefully what I'm wearing. Is it too tight? Is it too revealing? Is it gonna draw lewd stares and comments from men? There are no specific rules, so to speak, but anything that's too revealing and modern, shorts, short skirts, tank tops, is bound to draw unwanted attention. When I was younger, I didn't care. I wore what I wanted, despite the stares. Now, in my mid-30s, I no longer want my clothes to be a potential risk to my own safety, so I worry about my wardrobe. An invisibility cloak would definitely come in handy here in New Delhi. I could wear it and go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and I could remove it when I needed to be visible, say when hailing that cab. But I recognize that invisibility isn't the answer. Only when more and more women step out into public spaces here can we hope to make spaces safer for Indian women. It will take time and maybe a few more generations, but I think it's the only way to go. And actually, when you think about it, the situation in New Delhi isn't that different from that in the US. Only by persisting in workplaces and public spaces and making sure we are seen and heard can we hope for a day when women of all colors feel more visible. Going about one's life as though one's invisible is definitely not the answer.